I went to a segregated public school in my neighborhood. I walked about 4 blocks to school. It was the same elementary school that my 3 older brothers and older sister went to. And I finished 6th grade, and then my mother decided that the middle school that I was about to go to, that was in my neighborhood, was inadequate. We had the books in our neighborhood that the white students across town no longer used. We didn't have sewing machines for home economics. We didn't have enough teachers for the students, so the class sizes were big. So my mother decided that she was going to integrate a school across town. So I was her personal busing project. And so at the age of 12, I had to get up at 6 o'clock and get on a bus by 6:30 and take 2 buses, an hour and a half across town just to get to the school. So I didn't have a lot of chance to play with the kids after school in my junior high school, and it was mostly a Jewish community. That I was an exotic creature to them. They would go to Hebrew school after school, and they would talk about the Jewish holidays, which were not the same holidays as the Christian holidays. And so I learned a lot. It was a fabulous experience. It was a tough experience. So I completed public school across town from 7th grade until the 11th grade. And then I decided that I was tired of school and I wanted to go to college early. So my parents let me go to college after the 11th grade. And so Wellesley College in Wellesley, Massachusetts had an early admissions program. And so they let me complete my senior year during my freshman year of college. And that was really tough. I didn't have the same amount of writing experience. I didn't have the same social experience. I really hadn't been on any dates. So when I got to college, it was like, oh my God, these women are brilliant. They're so much more accomplished. They've gone on dates. They've done things with guys. Oh gosh. And so I was, overwhelmed for the first 2 years of college. And it was a very, very, very competitive school. This is the same school that Hillary Clinton went to, and Madeleine Albright, and the first black social secretary, Desiree Rogers. Very, very competitive. And I was going there to major in political science, and I found the political science department out of touch with reality for my taste. So I majored in history in imperialism and colonization during the 18th century, and I learned how the French colonized China and Africa and the West Indies and how the British did the same, and I learned about how African Americans came to the United States through the slave trade. And so it put a lot of our racial issues in context. And so I was really, really glad that I majored in history. And it also took advantage of my love of geography. So that was a good thing. Growing up, because I had this Uncle George B., who was very, very aggressive about pushing me to be vocal about my viewpoints and very much a political creature. My father decided when I was in high school that I needed to go to law school. He was a lawyer, and he said, Laura, I think given the way you argue a point that you'd be better off in a courtroom, and if you get a law degree, even if you get fired from a job for talking back, you'll still have a way to make an income, so I really want you to go to law school. But when I got out of college, Dad said, look, I'll pay for University of Maryland Law School, but you have to live at home. Well, I'd, been on my own in college. I never wanted to live at home. Under those strict rules, are you crazy? So I got accepted to Georgetown Law School, and I ended up getting married and moving to Los Angeles. And Georgetown is right here in D.C., so I basically passed on law school. I didn't feel that I could sit still in a classroom because life was waiting for me, and I just couldn't wait to get out into the real world and get a job.